Hello, my beautiful friends. Yes, it is me once again, but reporting to you from a slightly different place than I did in my previous video from last week. So I jumped on my trusty orange steed and cruised down south along the coast a little bit to the beautiful town of Ravda. And I'm sure many of you who have been to Sunny Beach have visited this place. It is very, very close. It is, I guess I would say maybe 8 kilometers or so. I don't want to give you wrong numbers, but it's actually walkable. Yes, I've done it before, where you can wake up in the morning, beautiful summer day. You can either jump on your bike or literally walk down the coast, through the hotels and on the beach, right down to this really cool and very, very, very quirky town. So as you can tell, you know, it's quite dead here today. I'm not on the very main street, but there are some people kind of milling about and, you know, having cigarette parties and talking about cigarettes and having coffee and beers and stuff. And it's actually quite fun. But yeah, I'm actually quite surprised how incredibly dead it is. In the summertime, in the height of summer, you know, maybe the kind of like the core 2 months when it's really warm, it's crazy busy. The main road is filled with shops and restaurants and, like, you know, things for kids and stuff. It's a very, I'm not gonna call it a contrast, but it's quite a bit different than Sunny Beach. It's obviously not as crazy and it's more, dare I say, family friendly, I guess, maybe. But it's certainly just an awesome place to come visit. The best way, you know, like I mentioned, walking here or bicycling, the best way is actually walking. So you walk to Nesebar and then you try to find a cool little path just along the sea where you walk not just on the beaches, but where you can check out some of the boutique hotels and the little restaurants along the way. It is some of the coolest things you'll ever experience around here when you walk. And it seems like, you know, you're going to be walking for probably an hour and a half or so. It's windy a little bit right now. Hour and a half or so. But the things you get to see, it's just like every few meters, it's like this new little hotel, people hanging out here, and there's a place to, you know, have a drink or have a little fish, or really incredible. And time it flies by so quickly, and all of a sudden, boom, you've covered like this, you know, almost eight kilometers or so, and you're in this really cool place. So I highly recommend, if you can, walk here, because it's, you know, people say it's not the destination, it's a journey, but in this case it really is super fun just walking here along the coast. If you do decide to drive, still super fun to just drive really slowly, because there's a lot of people, a lot of families and people with strollers and stuff like that. So there's a 30-kilometer limit, so just chill out. And on the way back, if you're tired or maybe you've had too many perienscos or whatever, you can take a double-decker bus on the way down the main road. There's a little stop where the big grocery store is, and you can jump on the double-decker bus. Of course, it costs nothing. Sit on top, grab yourself a beer, drink, whatever, and you can cruise, sort of peruse down the main path back to Nesebar. I'm not sure how far it goes, but I think, yeah, it just takes you to Nesebar and then whatever, take the cool trolley back or whatever. Super cool. So the fun thing about Ravda, I always found, are the actual side streets. So on the other side of the sea, a lot of kind of, you know, boring, many of them are kind of cool complexes, kind of looks like Sunny Beach. Great. But if you come back sort of to this side towards the sea and walk down some of the perpendicular streets, you're gonna see some really cool, like, it's such a big tutti frutti area of so many different styles and different buildings, and there's a lot of like old villas and lots of you know, places where Bulgarian folks have been living here for decades. And then in between are brand new buildings, of course, a lot of unfinished stuff, new resorts. But it's these kind of little places that you know, when you're walking around and people having barbecues and you know, because people do live here year round, so it's really a neat place to like urban hike because there's just every step again it's just so different and so neat. And you see these kind of cool apartments, and then yeah, these beautiful little homes where you just see like this little door and you kind of go inside and there's a garden in between, and you're gonna see like dozens of people just drinking rakia and, you know, listening to cool Bulgarian music and stuff. You must come and visit. It really is. It's like a day trip, and it's so worth it. So have a look here, you know, and it's you know, relatively kept up. So yeah, main road, restaurants, definitely have a fish. This is the place to have a fish and people watch. You can sit outside. Many of them have outside patios. There's some brand new sort of higher end places if you do want to spend a few extra bucks and have something a little bit more special. Sure, there's a wine bar, like Vancouver style wine bar, like really fancy people, you know, Ferrari will like pull up in the right in front of you, kind of a place. Really cool, very recommended. But of course, if you're just looking for you know, get yourself a mackerel and a glass of wine, you can sit on a picnic table just on the main road and just watch all the people walk by. It's a treat. It really is a freaking treat. I love coming here, and yeah, it's a super neat place. So what else can I say? Yeah, as you can see, the weather is a little bit gloomier today. I did leave a few hours ago, and I kind of scootered around here for a little bit. Oh, just every video that I take, I'm just drooling. I don't know why. Sinuses or something. Sorry. But see, like, look at these kind of cool homes, and I bet, you know, it's really beautiful inside and really upkept. So yeah, look. Shh. So, you know, you live in a cool place like this. It's kind of a house apartment, and then, you know, they have like a barbecue outside. Imagine like 2-3 families getting together and they just hang out and make kufteta and chickens and all the little salads and stuff. Oh, it's lovely. And on top of it all, you know, I'm just, you know, the sea. I can't quite see it just yet, but oh, I can. Let me take it there. The sea is like 2 seconds away. So if you are maybe thinking of moving to Bulgaria and living here on the coast, this is such a great place. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's certainly a lot more docile and perhaps a bit more livable than Sunny Beach would be, especially in the off season. You know, buy yourself a little apartment close to the sea. Great place to retire because all your sort of services are here. You're 2 seconds away from the airport, 2 seconds away, you know, 20 kilometers or so from Burgas, but you really get the Bulgarian, super Bulgarian feel without the, you know, Cacao Beach trance and techno music playing when you're trying to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. This obviously, there's parties here like crazy, lots of stuff going on, but it's nothing like the world's #1 resort. But there's so many neat places. Like, look at this, you know, I'm almost on the seaside here, but there's these kind of, I don't know, like townhomes. I don't know if they're expensive or not. I could imagine, probably can imagine, that living this close to the sea would be costly, rather costly. You know, maybe it's a little bit, this place needs a maintenance company. But here, check it out. Sorry about the wind, but that is now the sea wind. Check it out. I'm right at the sea. So yeah, not much else to tell you today. I don't want to bore you with another hour-long video. The other thing is that when you go away from Ravda, that's actually where the brand new Lidl is, which is amazing. So I'm gonna jump on the scoot, grab myself some lunch, dinner today, and head back to Sunny Beach and maybe have a beer or something. It's the weekend, and I have a funny feeling. I'm trying to hurry this up a little bit because I think it might actually rain a little bit which makes me sad when I'm on the bike. So thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm just strolling down the main street, and just everything is closed. It's weird because the last few seasons you could still come here, and you know, there are a couple places you could kind of roll up and have your mackerel, but I mean, look around me. It really is a ghost town. Very strange, because there's a lot of people here that live here year round, just regular citizens. Do they not want to have a mackerel? Wow, it's super dead. The supermarket at the end, definitely open. It's very small. There's, you know, just sausages and cigarettes mainly. But yeah, everything, it's really sad. I'm really bummed because I did want to have maybe just like a small lunch here, but no, nothing. There is a lot of places to eat though. Holy, you know, when you're strolling down here every few meters, you know, everything is a restaurant. But I guess it's now just caters only to the tourists. It's really too bad. I wanted to show you guys a couple of you know, places to eat and stuff like that, but even though there's people walking around, there's lots of cars and cars parked and people on the balconies, boy, it's dead. And what days are like Saturday afternoon, you'd think it'd be a little bit more bustling. Hotels are closed. Sorry, I wanted to show you guys something, but definitely take the side streets. Even in a dead day like this, just check out the homes and kind of peek over the fences just to see how people live. It's so cool. It's just so cool. That's one of the kind of new restaurants here, but I've eaten there before. Upstairs. It's closed. Shit. Whoa, did it ever get cold? Holy crap. So, another quick note. I'm just on the Bridge of Dreams, hanging out with my my cat buddy here. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay, so on the way back from Ravda, I just cruised around a little bit around the side streets, and I mean, it is freaking dead. Like dead. Definitely way different than it used to be on the during the prior winters. So on the way back, I stopped at Lidl, which was actually not all that not all that busy. I was actually surprised because in the summertime it's so crazy. It's so cool to have the Lidl shop, because it really is so different than the other stores in a really great way. You know, Janet just has different stuff, and Lidl has different stuff, and it's so cool to go there and visit. You can see all the different like they always have something different, and I really love going there. Absolutely love going there. Super fun. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I wanted to give you guys a 2-second scooter update. And again, the Bridge of Dreams, there's actually some people walking around, and I'm actually not riding my my BMW today, my bigger bike. Not a big bike, still a small bike, but I brought the scooter, my little machine. And there's my Lidl steak. Can you see it? So Lidl has these I think it's a really awesome deal to buy American sort of like AAA ribeye. They have like 3 tiers of their steaks. One for like 13 leva, and the ribeye is, I think, 18 or something like that. So it's a pretty good value if you ask me. Certainly, you know, if you're not such a fucking crocodile like I am, it's definitely enough food for a couple of people. I got myself some green beans. So, you know, if you want to have some booze, like have a nice wine, on the way back from Lidl, go to the Big Janet, because Big Janet has crazy, you know, booze from all over the world, beers and wines and all the liqueurs, whatever you're looking for. Probably has the most alcohol out of any place between, let's say, Burgess and Varna. Like, it's really, they have lots of cool stuff. So I'm thinking like, you know, you buy yourself like a steak like this, my green beans, like 3 lava or something, grab a nice bottle of wine, and you have yourself a really nice, you know, if you barbecue at home, nice medium rare, just salt and pepper, just salt and pepper on your steak. I mean, you got yourself a really nice, almost 5-star dinner for 2 folks for like 15 euros. Yeah, I'm switching currencies again. For 15 euros for 2 people with wine, and that's really hard to beat. So yeah, definitely, you know, when you're here and you have transportation, because it's a little bit ways out, definitely go to the Lidl store and just kind of peek around everything. I've already done a video on Lidl. I love going there. The central area, they have the, you know, kind of dollar store stuff. So fun, just walking around looking at all the kind of crap that they have in the middle of the shop. But yeah, it's super fun. It's like super clean, and they completely gutted it, completely renovated it, and there's so much stuff. Like if you just kind of have to look around a little bit and look at the labels, and it's stuff from all over the world, and just some really neat stuff that you don't really generally see at, you know, sort of the normal Bulgarian stores. They really did a great job. And yeah, so my scooter, sometimes I just take it out just to give it a little bit of exercise. I just kind of started up. It's been absolutely freaking just awesome. And my funny story here today is, you guys probably know this, but my management company, the greatest people in the world, allow me to keep my bikes inside. So literally in the hallway. It's so funny, but they're so nice, and they insisted, Matt, you know, don't keep it in the rain, just bring it inside. I told you guys this story before maybe, but I'm still astonished how flexible and just like kind of how free this place feels and is. You know, the bike is literally parked inside, so, you know, no rain, no wind, no nothing. Starts every time, and this remains the least expensive motorbike you can buy in the European Union. And holy crap, I mean, just 0 problems. I feel like I can jump on this thing right now and put like 2 euros in and end up in like Mongolia. Really, just fuel costs are almost non-existent. You know, I changed the oil on it a couple times, and it's just been absolutely perfect. I'm going to be really, you know, in Sunny Beach, in this kind of just cruise around here, I'll definitely just be using this bike. Of course, it's Bulgaria, so you can keep your stuff insured year round. It costs absolutely nothing. You know, just prepay for the year. It just costs nothing, like nothing. So you can keep it on the road year round. And you know, when you do get these sort of beautiful summer, sort of even in the winter time, those kind of nice summer days, to be able to jump on a bike like this and just cruise around here is such a treat. Wait, I'll tell you guys a couple of really kind of funny stories. My hands are frozen. You know, the temperature just drops so quickly when you know, just kind of in the evening or late afternoon. 2 seconds, and you know, just it just seems like every minute, every 5 minutes, it goes down by like one degree. So it's my hands are frozen. Okay, so I'm back home. I'm doing lots of renovations here. This is one of my kitty cats. I have 3. So I'm doing lots of renovations. So I came back from Burgos, just buying some stuff. I got new flooring and stuff. I'll tell you guys a funny story about fridges, okay? Fridges. So I went to Technopolis, which is there's Technomarket, Technopolis, one of the big electronic places and stuff like that. A pretty good place to buy appliances and just shit, but just buy everything online. So I go into the new one that's just before the mall there as you enter Burgos, and all the stuff's upstairs, super busy, and like one lady working. So I'm like, fuck, okay, no problem. She's helping everybody out. You know, I talked to her for like 2 seconds. I ended up having to wait about half an hour. No problem, I understand. Nobody wants to work anymore, so she's like the only cheers, the only person working there. Awesome. I ended up waiting for a bit and had a chance to actually look at all the fridges and take pictures and stuff and do some research. absolutely fell in love. I mean, the heart wants what it wants. Fell in love with this crazy, awesome, huge Samsung fridge. It's just awesome, just awesome. So I wait for the lady. The lady comes. We start talking in like my broken Bulgarian, her broken English a bit, and wow, we're just absolutely not able to communicate. I just asked her just a few little questions about the fridge. I mean, I don't know the fridge lingo, but then ask her if I can order it, how much shipping, and wow, just like 1 in 100 times. And it's not that she was unwilling or she was like lazy or didn't want to speak with me, but we just could not communicate at all, just about absolutely anything. I said, no problem. She was so kind, so nice, so friendly. And I ended up, okay, so I'm just going to order online on the internet. She says, yeah, go on the internet. Oh yeah, and as you can see, my haircut mission to go to see my lady, everything, all the haircut places are closed. So obviously mission not accomplished. Okay, back to the fridge. So fell in love with the fridge. Absolutely had to do it. Went to the other store, blah, 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 looked around. And then I thought to myself, hey, I have the model number. That's what I wanted. So I check online, just type in the model number and check the Bulgarian shops, and boom, lo and behold, there's a place. There's this kind of like a big place that amalgamates all of the electronic shops and all the appliance stores. And I look at the thing and it's so much cheaper than the main store. And you get a discount and all this stuff. And I think to myself, what the hell? So I'm just holding it, in my phone as I'm kind of just roaming around. I go, beep, okay. Another 15% discount on top of already way cheaper price than these, super busy shops are. I'm like, fuck. So I guess the story here, the anecdote of this story is, if you're buying stuff, definitely shop online, or at least do some research online. Because, I'll tell you honestly, in my case, I'm not going to get into numbers or anything like that, but, I saved probably like 3 weeks worth of, kind of typical Bulgarian, 2 weeks worth of Bulgarian wages for nothing. And it's so awesome. I mean, I grab my phone and I go beep, and then it goes beep, confirm, with your fingerprint. And it gives you like, the app just gives you like, okay, you've started this. The next day, it has this like funky graph that, my fridge is on its way. It's in Sofia at the center. Shows you the guy who picked it up, the courier, his phone number, all this stuff. Not quite real time, but your fridge will be here in 3 days at this and this time. I'm like, what the hell? This is insane. I mean, how much better can it be? It's so cool. And on top of it all, like I said before, way cheaper. So I kind of feel sad sometimes when, there's so many people that don't shop online here. This is the lowest, a country with the lowest online shopping, even like online banking, people still shove their money in their, in their sock drawers and stuff. You're saved so much money if you really look around. And again, for the 1,000th time, the infrastructure is here. All the internet stuff is here. All the shops, all the banking systems, all the, it all works perfectly. No differently than anybody else or anywhere else. One more story. Mladost. So late last year, Mladost is kind of the center place here to buy your groceries. And it's busy. They have, in the summertime, they should have cold beers. However, what happened at the sort of mid-summer, some genius came in and they replaced the main beer fridge, the huge one. When you walk into the store, they have the big fridge, and then they have, their extremely meager selection of booze, whatever. So all the stuff beforehand was, you can grab a few cold Pirinskos, whatever you wanted. But now, Kamenitsa came in, like the big Kamenitsa company, completely undrinkable. Don't buy this absolutely awful beer. However, since they are paying for the fridge, and it's a nice new fridge, they only filled it with certain brands of their beer. So if you want a Pirinsko, a cold one, you're out of fucking luck. You literally, on the other side of the aisle, and it's warm, like lukewarm, especially in the summertime. It's crazy bizarre. So I asked the guy, why are you guys doing this? Oh, because of this company, this company. Okay, so what are you gonna do with this? No. Okay, no problem. They do have Astica, so you can buy an Astica, and it was cold, so that's kind of the salvation. However, now, in the last, I'm gonna say, 6 months or so, I go to the fridge, and it's cold, like bathtub warm beer. All of them. Like, all of them. So then I asked the guy, maybe something's broken, or you need a remont or something. I gave up. Talked to another guy a month later. It's still like hot beer. The new fridge. So even Astica is hot. So one of the guys there speaks English. So I spoke with him. I was like, hey man, do you guys have any cold beer? And then he's like, no, we don't pay for electricity. The store cannot. They don't want to pay for electric. So it is not possible to buy cold beer from any brand at Mladost.